Hey guys, this is Real Appalachia with Shane.
And Melody.
And we are coming at you today from Coburn, Virginia. We'll probably take a little look around this town in Southwest Virginia and show you all the sights and sounds.
Yes, I'm already having fun.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I got my big rocking chair here.
Is this your size? And
yes.
kind of reminds me of Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
If we keep eating at all these good restaurants in these little towns, it's going to be the right size for me.
Okay guys, we're going to start here in Tom's Creek section, just a little bit outside of Coburn, and there goes a coal truck, so that's a little bit of a tip-off of why we started here.
Yep.
There's the, we're going to show you a little bit of a real live operating coal operation. Can't beat that.
Exactly.
So Tom's Creek has been around for a long, long time. It's a massive producer, and we'll stop here at the prep plant and show you a little bit of that. But I used to have some script from this area, actually, and hard times fell on me and I had to sell it off. But one thing you don't see in a lot of Appalachia anymore is coal trucks, but there are aplenty here today, aren't there?
Oh, yeah.
Also slow down.
I see them in some parts, but there's a lot today here.
Yeah, this is big coal country, always has been, and
yeah.
Like I said, Tom's Creek was always top of the food chain, so it's we'll give you a shot. It's kind of cool to drive under these belts.
Yeah.
I think I'll pull over, be a little bit, give you a better view of all this, but there's a little coal pile right there. As promised, we pulled over here to show you a little bit of Tom's Creek. Like I said, it's been a big operation for a long, long time, and I'm glad to see they're still running. Yeah, that's where they bring the coal, get it ready to transport. They
looks like a conveyor belt over there.
Yeah, they get it ready to ship off and bring it to the prep plant here. Try to give you a little bit of scale here. We'll show you where this, see this vehicle coming through. Try to show you how enormous this place is.
Yeah.
You see the coal piling up. I hope you can see that through these trees. It's a little bit obscured, but just a massive operation. You don't see many of these left. I'm not sure what this building was. I don't know if it may be an old powerhouse or something, but I'm sure somebody in the comments will be able to tell us. I'd love to know. I like getting things like that accurate, but I just don't know. I've only been to Tom's Creek here a couple of times. And here comes a real live coal truck for you. For your viewing pleasure.
Like a race is on down there.
It's kind of a neat thing you just can't just see just every day around here anymore.
No.
Used to be a dime a dozen, but now kind of got to go out of your way to even find one, especially one in operation. Thought we'd get you this angle too. You can see the coal piling up.
And that's the good usable coal, right?
Yeah, this looks like too. This is ran now by Paramount Contura. So I would have guessed at one point this may have been affiliated with Clinchfield, but I may be wrong about that. I hope somebody knows that information too, because it was such a big player in this area. It'd be hard to imagine something this big didn't have some kind of affiliation with it at one time.
Yeah. Point of Life Ministries. Beware of who you listen to. Satan talked angels out of heaven. Isn't that the truth?
It's a good message for today, isn't it?
It is.
and every day.
It is. Good reminder. So, it looks like the Coburn ball field's up on the left here. Seems like I've heard about people coming to Coburn to play ball.
Yeah, I think it's
Little League.
Yeah.
But they got a nice little league fields.
Yeah. Some good teams that have come out of here too.
These people got a cutout of the wood booger on their house. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Alright. So the mine is actually a little bit out of Coburn, isn't that right?
Yeah, just a shade over into Tom's Creek, which is a little community. It's not really a town, but it's just on the outsides.
Just on the outskirts, huh?
Yeah. Which is not at all unusual around these parts.
Yeah. Well, I think everywhere like Dorian and Richlands and Swords Creek with Homeacre, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we'll give you guys a look at Coburn. I'll give you some history here. So Coburn is in Wise County, Virginia, along the Guest River. The population estimate for 2019 is about 1,845. And the town was originally named Guest Station after an explorer and surveyor, Christopher Geist. I think that's how you say his name, Guest. He wrote about the area in some journals of making camp in this area with his son Tom. So I wonder if that's where
Tom's Creek.
Yeah, I wonder if that's where Tom's Creek comes into play. I don't know. But the town was incorporated in 1894, and the name was changed to Coburn after W.W. Coe, the chief engineer of the N&W Railroad, and Judge W.E. Burns. So,
More coal trucks.
yes, a lot of coal trucks passing through here. So, some famous people from Coburn too. Jesse McReynolds was a bluegrass musician.
Yeah.
Is that right? You said you had heard of him?
Absolutely, yeah. Good old
Awesome.
Jesse McReynolds.
There was Danny O'Quinn Jr. who raced with NASCAR some. I'm not a big NASCAR fan or anything,
Really
but
not
some
either.
people may know of him. Tracy Stallard was a professional baseball player in the 60s. He played for the Red Sox, the Mets, and the Cardinals. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And this is the town that Ralph Stanley passed away in. So, Ralph Stanley pretty big in these parts.
Absolutely. Bluegrass music, of course, you said Jesse McReynolds, and it's definitely a musical area, and they're part of that Crooked Road music heritage
Yeah.
as well. They built this little amphitheater type thing up here, and which we'll show you. We'll stop and take a peek at that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I really like this downtown area with these old signs up. I'm glad that they've preserved those.
To the right is one of the biggest landmarks you'll see, the Frosty Bossy. That's where you go to get some good old milkshakes and sandwiches and whatnot. I've been there many, many times in my day.
Cool. I have not.
I used to work in that BB&T bank a little bit, and here's a bus stop, and that's a really neat building. Looks like it's Mine Resources, and it says now. I'm just glad somebody's using it because it's a really irreplaceable landmark. And they have some ATV action.
Lay's Hardware.
Ace Hardware is a local landmark, and so is that old Dominion Power Company. I can't remember that guy's Flash Everready or something. I don't remember that name in a minute.
Yeah.
But I'd love to steal both of those signs. Or buy them. I prefer to do it ethically, I guess.
Just admit it. You like stealing stuff.
I like the thoughts of stealing stuff. I don't like the consequences to go with it.
Crooked Road Barbecue. That seems like a pretty big barbecue joint.
Yeah.
Probably pretty good.
It's like converted an old retail store or something. It's
Yeah.
It's a nice church on the hill, too.
First Baptist.
Down this way, you come a little bit more into the residential area. So we'll show you a little bit of that and then turn back around.
Yeah.
It's kind of good to get an idea. It's a really beautiful town.
Go right to St. Paul there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these old houses.
They're very well taken care of. This part of town is gorgeous.
It looks like it.
And if I'm not mistaken, there's a little Catholic church down here a bit, and we'll turn around there.
Okay, that sounds good.
Because Those Catholic churches, they really put a lot into those.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's Catholic Church.
Oh, that's a beautiful church.
Yeah. It's very similar. Looks like it's maybe a tiny bit bigger than the one in St. Paul. It's very similar to this.
Okay. Have a beautiful statue of the Mother Mary and baby Jesus, it looks like.
Yeah, and that's
very
where
pretty.
Catholicism comes into play in a lot of these towns because of the coal mining business. When they'd have these immigrants that would come in from Europe, Eastern Europe, there were a lot of Catholics. So there's that. Now we reverse direction, heading back into town. So give you a little look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll make a few stops in a second, but I want to give you all that. There's a little mural here to the right.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's
a little
nice.
fall setup.
And the park is kind of new over here to the left, and that's where they do have the music events and
Okay.
little amphitheater. And there's those signs we pointed out earlier. I'm trying to go a little slower through here, but the Old Dominion Power Company, that's a landmark here. I love that picture. I've posted it on Facebook, and it's killed it. I want to think of his name. I think it's Flash Eveready, but yeah. That's
He looks like Flash.
Yeah. But everybody that sees that sign absolutely loves it, so I'm glad it's still here. And again, there's Frosty Bossy. It's about as uncrowded as you'll see it in my day, because it's usually stays covered out. They have the best food around here. Absolutely do. So we'll head this way and show you a little bit other parts of this little town.
Sounds good. They got a nice little Family Dollar there. Well, I shouldn't say little, it's a big one.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a Dollar General.
There's one here.
I'm sure there is, but usually they're every mile or two.
Oh yeah. So here we go. We're going to show a couple more little landmarks in this area.
An ATV route. You see those popping up a lot more around here.
Oh yeah, there's good business in that. I'm surprised how many people were that big of enthusiasts, but they could. A lot of people come from all over the country to ride them.
Seems like fun.
Yeah, I'd like to try one of these out. I mean, I used to ride ATVs when I was younger, back in Richland or Dorian, I guess. But
every time I've been on a four-wheeler, it's wrecked. So that's my sign to not get on one again.
That's not very comforting. I took the wrong road. We'll still see it, but there's a big landmark right there, the Red Oak Trading. See that big fella out there?
Yeah. He's got a pumpkin.
Oh yeah.
Trick or treat basket, I guess.
And then we got the little, is that a fisherman or baseball player?
It's a baseball player.
East side, yeah. That's the high school, the merch with Coburn. I was trying to think of that
Okay.
earlier.
It's got this little shopping area to the right. They've got Food City. It looks like a hair salon.
And your
Dollar General. That's it.
Get excited.
Long John Silver's. Don't see many of those around anymore either, do ya?
No, you don't.
Pizza Hut, Hardee's. So they got some good little chain restaurants too. Some options.
Yeah.
It's not like Homeacre that doesn't have a grocery store, chain restaurant, or anything.
Yeah, it's really not that much bigger than Honeacre, is it?
Doesn't seem like it. Population-wise, it's about the same, honestly, I would think, but
yeah, it just seems to have a little bit going on for it.
yeah. And it probably helps that it's right on the 4-lane to like Norton and Wise and that kind of thing too.
Yeah, it gets a lot of traffic. Transient traffic.
And it looks like a Chevrolet place coming up here too.
Yeah, it's part of the Spearhead Trails. We just passed that, which is a pretty big draw around here. And then, yeah, this is Morgan McClure, who sponsors our NASCAR
Oh yeah.
team. So that was timely.
I know a lot of people use Morgan McClure and really like them.
There's a Lonesome Pine Raceway was here too. I don't know that it's in operation anymore, but it was a pretty popular destination too.
I think that it is.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
I know they fixed it back up a couple years ago, but
yeah, I think I had a cousin that would come to Coburn to race.
And if you keep going this direction, you head into Norton. But we'll turn this thing around here in a minute. Let's think Tacoma's up here. Okay, once again, we're just on the outskirts of Coburn in a place called, a little community called Tacoma, at the Tacoma School, which is now a community center.
Yes, and it was built in 1922 and then had to be rebuilt in 1937 because of a fire. But it's a one-story building with 4 classrooms. It stopped being a school in 1973 and has since been created into a community center. So they used the plans for this school by the North Carolina state school system in 1911. So pretty cool little school there. And it's been on the National Register of Historic Places since 1997.
Well, that's good. That gets a little extra grant money and some protection for them.
It looks like it would be a great little community center too.
Yeah, it's perfect because it's not. Sometimes you see these schools too big. It'd be impossible to keep them
do anything with.
And, yeah. But in this instance, it's just the right size to have little events and just enough to justify keeping it open. And I love seeing these schools not being taken down.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, we thought we'd show you a little bit more of this bus stop. It's been several things, including a bus stop, but it was also a bank at one time, a restaurant, and a mine supply store. And from what I understand, or what I've reread, that there's going to be work on converting it into a restaurant incubator, which is kind of a neat idea. Mm-hmm. And hopefully that's still in the works. So it was fairly recent, sometime this year, if that was said to be the case. But it's a really cool old building.
Yeah, it is.
So we thought it merited a stop and just a little talk about. So
yes.
So get on down the road. Okay, so there's the Lay's sign again, so to get a better view of that. And then it's Ready Kilowatt. That's his name, not Flash Eveready. Ready Kilowatt.
He looks more like a Flash than a Ready.
I know, I need to get a patent on that name and start marketing it, don't I?
You do.
Ready Kilowatt, Flash Eveready. Yeah. Anyway, okay, we'll turn here at the bus stop, show you a little bit of the town hall and East Side High School. So there's town hall just back here on the right.
Home of friendly people.
Well, there you go.
They have on the town hall sign.
Well, I messed up with Ready Kilowatt, and now I messed up. I forgot to mention that Jesse McReynolds is part of Jim and Jesse. They were a good duo.
Oh, okay.
Duo, yes. So I guess Jim McReynolds was from here too. Now this. Can you imagine walking up those steps to that house? It's gorgeous.
No, that's a pretty house, but it kind of looks like a house from a scary movie too.
Yeah, it does.
Was Jim of Jim and Jesse brothers?
Yes.
Were they brothers? Okay. Well, then you would think, but...
I think maybe one of them passed away. Well, obviously it'd be Jim that did, but...
So this is the football stadium we've had for Eastside Spartans, and then baseball field, or maybe they use it as a practice football field or something.
Yeah, this Eastside is one of these merged schools, so we see so much consolidated that we see a lot of those.
And then Coburn Middle School there.
So I think Coburn used to be, if I'm not mistaken, the Blue Knights, maybe? I'm not saying that right, I think it's right.
The Blue Knights.
So I did get confirmation. Jim McReynolds, Jim of Jim and...
Jim and Jesse?
Jim and Jesse, yeah. He passed away in 2002, so... unfortunately. Okay, as you can see from there's the amphitheater. A little bit closer look at that they built, and the little fountain and the big chair. Melody was just sitting in. And as you can see, also Coburn was chartered in 1894. They did a lot of work down here, as you can see.
Very pretty little main street here.
Yeah, those lights and the bridges that they built, very inviting, and then the sidewalk with the brick.
Looks nice.
It does. They definitely spent some money in rehabbing, so it's good. Always good to see that.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we hope you enjoyed this look at Coburn, Virginia. I enjoyed our trip, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a fun little drive through Coburn.
Yes. And it's Ready Kilowatt. Remind me.
Yes. We'll remember that now.
Yes, Ready Kilowatt. It's bothering me still. Anyway, if you like this video, you know what to do.
Give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps us out. Comment and let us know your favorite part, or if you have any stories from Coburn, living here, working here, or whatever. We'd like to hear about it.
Yeah, it definitely adds a lot of color to us, and thank you so much to our patrons and
Thank you
supporters
so much.
who support us financially. It means the world to us. So
It really does. Thank you. We'll see you guys next time.